Sisterhood podcast. We are your hosts, Maddie and Kate, and we are here to chat about all things motherhood, faith-infused entrepreneurship, and lots of real life.
We want you to leave feeling loved, encouraged, and a whole bunch of excitement for where the Lord has you right in this moment. We are so glad you are here.
So grab your coffee, matcha, tea, whatever makes you happy, and let's hang out and indulge in some joyful conversations.
What's up? Welcome to the Refined Sisterhood podcast. We're back.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we have another episode for you guys, and we're pumped for this one. You feeling good today?
Yes, I feel really good. I'm tired, to be honest, but I feel good.
Me too. Okay, we're just going to dive right in because I feel like we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
And we just need to get to it. So today we're going to talk about what's your why and what is a why specifically, and then why you should have a why. And that's a mouthful for sure.
Why?
Yes. So what a why is just like, honest, I don't know. Do you have a better way to explain? Like,
I guess just it's a reason behind why you do what you do.
Yes.
Why?
Right?
Okay, that was a lot. Sorry.
Yeah. So it's just like why you do what you do and the heart behind it, the reason behind it, all those things, and how important it is to know what your why is because it helps keep you going. So we're just going to go right in. I'm going to ask Caitlin over here. Caitlin, what is your why in your business?
Okay.
What lights your soul on fire? What makes you keep going?
Well, okay, this is a heavy topic, but also it's a really easy topic. And the easy answer is what you would say in Sunday school, and it's Jesus. Just simply Jesus. I will say over the course of my business and specifically this business, both businesses, my why has changed. And I do want to talk about that a little bit later. But right now, my why is specifically to serve Jesus's purpose for my life. And it's as simple as that. I have grown so much in the Lord over the last, probably like the last 3 years, but really the last 2 years have been like major like growth moments for me. And I have been heavily invested in my business, and I have seen the Lord in my business work in me, through me, and have just really realized like it's not about the money. It's not about the people. It's not about elevating myself. It's not about anything except for what I can do for him. And I want to serve the Lord's purpose for my life and do his will for my life. And in many ways, it's so easy, but at the same time, it can be really hard because when your why is Jesus, it's like, okay, well, what do I want to do with that? But at the end of the day, I just know that the Lord has given me so many gifts, and I know that I just want to use those to serve him. And so that's kind of my why. That's what lights my soul on fire. And that's why I keep going every day, just because I know that at the end of the day, my purpose is not to do anything for myself. It's to make disciples, and it's to love people and to serve people. And that's what I love to do. So
yeah, that was,
I know yours is going to be super similar.
I know. I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, what am I about to say?
We'll just get, no, I'm just kidding.
Mine's literally to a T, the exact same thing. For sure. I've ran, whatever, my business in a way from the very beginning that it was ministry minded. And there's been times where my flesh has come out and I haven't put Jesus first.
Oh, yes.
And I've seen how destructive it can be and how the Lord does not honor that when he is not at the forefront. But when he is at the forefront, it's, you just see everything that I do point back to him when he is at the very front of everything. So mine's Jesus too. But also, I guess I can go a little bit deeper than that. Everything Caitlin said to a T, that's my why. But another side of that is also the people. I always pray about my clients and the clients that I would have, the weddings I would have, the girls and guys that I've gotten to mentor. and who they are. And I feel like the Lord has just handed me clients on a silver platter in a way of like, these are your clients, Maddie. These are the ones that you're supposed to have. And sometimes I don't know why I'm getting certain clients, but then the Lord reveals to me, like, this is your purpose in your life, and this is their purpose in your life. And so it's definitely the people too, and the people that I've just gotten to love through this business and get to, to show Jesus's love through. So
I will say, I mean, I don't do this perfectly.
Right.
But on the days, like on the wedding days that I've shot, where I spend time in prayer over my couples and spend time like with him on those days, those wedding days are always way better for me mentally than other wedding days. And I'm not gonna lie, like there are some days where the last thing I want to do is like serve people, just because it can be exhausting and like I lose sight of what my why is. But for the most part, I try my best to every single wedding day or every single time I serve a couple or a family or whatever, I try to make sure I'm in the right headspace. And sometimes, I mean, we're human. It's hard to stick to that headspace all the time. And I've had rough days, and I've had days where I literally just go and I shoot, and sometimes it's a hot mess. But I will say, like, the days where I'm really intentional about praying over my couple and loving them and making sure I'm there for them, and everything that I do serves them because I want to show them the love of Jesus. Those are the days where I feel in the best headspace. Those are the days where I feel like I'm really living out my why and my purpose in my business.
Yeah, I completely agree. I made a vow to myself, like, as soon as I started, not necessarily in photography, but when I started booking weddings, a lot of times I would get the question of like, what does it look like for you to shoot our wedding day? And the first thing I always told them, and that I vowed to myself from the very beginning, was that as soon as I get to your wedding day, I'm going to get there early, and I'm either going to walk the venue or I'm going to sit in my car and just pray over the day and what the day would look like, and that it would be honoring to the Lord. And so definitely the people, Jesus, the people that I just get to pour into, and that pour into me as well, because it is twofold, and I've gotten it back I've literally been poured into by so many of my clients. So definitely the people. That was my little long-winded
response. I definitely think that because those are our whys, we've had really good experiences.
Yeah.
For sure, with some of our clients, and seeing how the Lord has been so faithful in honoring what we do and the way that we do run our business. And I know for me, there's been many moments when I've had to simply just take a step back and do things for people without thinking about, how much am I going to make off of this kind of thing? And I have one experience in particular. I one day was scrolling on Facebook, and I was in the middle of, I think I was coming up on busy season, had a lot ahead of me, but I was scrolling on Facebook and I had a message come through to me, and I could not tell you who messaged it to me, but they messaged me and they were like, hey, I saw this girl on Facebook and her dad is very close to passing away from cancer. Could you possibly go and shoot this girl's wedding? And it was a wedding in the house, and I did not know these people. I had no idea what it was. And I had to literally take a step back and be like, okay, Lord, what do you want me to do? And I immediately felt like I just needed to go, and I needed to shoot it, and I needed to not ask for a thing. And I just needed to serve the crap out of them and love them right where they were, because I can only imagine being in that situation myself. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so thankful that my dad got to like walk me down the aisle. But I went to this house, and the dad was laying there in the bed while they got married in their little living room, and there was no room for me to walk. It was like one of the hardest things ever to shoot, because I was in the middle of all these people in this tiny little living room, and they kept asking me like, thank you, or they kept telling me like, thank you so much for being here. You have no idea like how much this means to me. And they kept asking me afterward, like, what do we owe you? Like, whatever. And in my heart, I was like, I am just here to serve you. Like, I don't know you from like whoever. I don't know what you've been through. I don't know anything about your life. I don't know anything, but I just know that I'm here to be a servant and not worry about anything else. And so that experience and so many others other than that have shown me the Lord's faithfulness in using me just to love on other people.
Yeah, for sure. I remember you doing that, and you did it so well. And that's one of those moments that when you are running a business, ministry minded, and you pray for like the Lord to just like be very present in your business, and for if there's things in our business that are not for him, that he would wreck them. Sometimes he gives us opportunities like this where we have to take our business cap off and put our service over self.
Oh yeah.
Like mindset. And so that's one of those things. And you did it so well. And I mean, like, I bet that moment for that client meant so much more to them than you being like, yeah, okay, thanks for, I'm glad I got you this for you, but it's going to be $2,000.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely. I couldn't even imagine that.
Exactly. And that in itself, yes, you didn't make any money off of it. More so, you got to show them and point them to Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
And that speaks so much volume. And so I'm really proud of you for doing that. And yeah, so one pivotal moment in my business where I tangibly saw my why is, and I always say it, like, I could have laid my business down as soon as this happened because it was my number one. Like, if you would have asked me what my dream is in my business, it wasn't to like shoot all these weddings and fly all over the country. It was solely to lead someone to Jesus one day. And it happened fairly early on in my business. I started a few years ago, and like the year I started, like within the first few months, I booked this wedding that was literally this year. So like a few years ahead, and
crazy.
Yes, exactly. And which is so crazy that I've had them on my calendar this long and how it all worked out. But so yeah, I booked them early on, and we were very different people. I met with them in person before I booked them, and we were just very like opposite people. We had common ground, but we were very opposite people in like our personalities, what we believed, just all the things. And I remember meeting them, and the Lord, on the way to that, we had coffee at Starbucks. And I remember on the way there, I didn't know what their budget was. I didn't know anything about their wedding day. I literally just knew their names and the wedding date. And I remember him just being like, book them. And I was like, I don't even know what they look like. Like, I don't even know if we're going to like mesh well. But I went, and they could have told me, we need to do my wedding for $100. And I would have been like, that kind of stings. But yes, because I knew that like the Lord had already told me on the way there, like, you're booking their wedding regardless. And
which is insane.
Yeah, I know.
That's so cool.
I know. It gets cooler because I didn't know what that reason was for, like, at that moment. And then like going forward and just, showing up as myself on Instagram and blogging. That's how it came about. I wrote this blog about what the Lord's done in my life over the last year. And previously, it was that year that it had happened. And I wrote this blog just like how the Lord had changed me, what he had done in my life, and like, just stuff like that. And I remember I sent it out to my email list, and I get an email back from her. And she had said, I want you to know, like, I see you, and like just watching you show up as yourself on Instagram has led like me to fall in love with Jesus and has made me want to commit my life to Jesus. And before this all happened, she was not a Christian, very much so nowhere even being surrounded by Christianity or anything like that. And her email to me where she just said, like, I dedicated my life to the Lord, and it's because of just the way that you've lived your life. And I remember like reading the email. I still have the email today, and I remember reading it and being like, just sobbing. And one, because that was my dream, but two, just watching, I didn't know how the Lord was going to be at work through this relationship because I knew we were very opposite people. But looking back and knowing, okay, God, like you knew all along the plan and I just had to follow it. I just had to trust that you knew what you were doing and you made something so beautiful out of it. And you also made my dream come true of leading someone in Jesus. So through my business. So yeah, that was like the most pivotal moment, I think, in my business, because I remember at that moment, I was like, holy crap, this is my why, number one. But two, like I'm doing something good. Like I know what I'm doing is good and it's not honoring to me, but it's honoring to the Lord. But in turn, the Lord is being faithful in my own heart and like blessing me so much, but it's still being the desire of my heart to do something like a hobby turn into a business. So yeah, that definitely is my most pivotal moment.
I remember you Marco Poloing me, which I think we've mentioned that before, but we have this app called Marco Polo. We highly recommend it.
Yeah. Especially if you like to
sponsor
talk.
us, Marco Polo.
Yes.
But anyways, we talk all the time, every day. And I remember Maddie Marco Poloing me in tears, like bawling on, I don't even know where she was. We always do it when we're in the car. She was on her way somewhere. And I remember watching and I had chills. And it was just one of those moments when you just know God is real and you know that he's working through you. And it's one of those things where it's like, I can do things that are honoring to the Lord and I can see him like tangibly make them happen because I'm being obedient. And like at the end of the day, that's what we want to do. We want to be obedient in our business. And like she said, if that means doing a wedding that the Lord said, do it, whether no matter what the price is and you got to do it for $100 or $1 million, like whatever, you do it because he told you to. And I don't know, I'm really proud of you for that because I knew before you even started your business that was what you ultimately wanted to do. And I don't know if I've ever said this to really anybody, but Maddie's part of the reason that my why is what it is. Because I didn't realize, I didn't really realize what running a business entailed. And like, yes, I built my photography business and I was good at the marketing part of it and the artsy part of it. But Maddie helped me with a lot of the business stuff because I didn't know what the crap to do. I hated business classes in college. And I remember when like she started teaching me business stuff and I realized like, oh, you can like do this in a way. Like you can make your business your ministry. And those were two things that I didn't realize I could do. Yes, it was a dream put in my heart like months before, years before, however long it was. But I didn't understand. And I had to see her tangibly live it in order for me to be like, oh, that's what that looks like. And I'm really thankful for that. And I don't know. I've been able to see the Lord work through your business. And I'm really proud of you. And
stop.
He is good. Jesus is good.
Wow.
But all of that to say, like I said, my why has changed partially because of the way that like Maddie showed me how to run my business. But throughout my business, I originally started in photography just because I thought it was fun. And I didn't really have a why at the beginning. Well, once I realized I wanted to push it as a business, I was like, okay, I learned that I needed a why. And I was like, cool, what is it? And at that point in my life, I was like, you know, I am in the same season as a lot of these people. And I think at the end of the day, what I want to show them is that I can love them and that I can be there for them. And I just want to like show them what a relationship, a healthy relationship looks like, a godly relationship. And that was a good why. I mean, it was, but I think that at that point, it wasn't necessarily all about like doing Jesus' purpose. It was more so like, what can I do for them versus what can God do for them? And so that's kind of how my why changed. And I'm really thankful that it did, and that I realized that you can like live out your Christianity, your faith in your business more than anything else. And that's like the most important thing.
For sure. And my why has kind of stayed the same. I mean, it has evolved because I've grown, but not in like a major way, because from the very beginning I knew was my ministry. It's kind of changed a little bit into, I don't know, maybe just really honing in on seasons of life and how special each season of life is, instead of wanting to shoot every single wedding that came in my inbox, more so being like, you know, I just want to photograph whatever season you're in because it's special and beautiful. So that's kind of how mine has changed a little bit. And then going forward, like some advice for entrepreneurs, moms, friends, girls, like any one of you listening,
whatever season of life you're in.
Exactly. Like how to find your why. And I think that how you do that is really just soul search for one. I love to journal. So writing down things that lights my soul on fire, makes me happy, brings joy.
Pray about your purpose. Yeah, definitely. Because I think it's one of those things where we're constantly searching for, like, what are we supposed to do? I don't know what direction do I go in? What do I do? And if you just simply pray about your purpose, the Lord will lay it on your heart. He will put the desire in your heart and he'll lay it in your lap if you are willing to be obedient. And I think that's really important too. Yeah. But yeah, I'm so glad we got to talk about this. This is something that me and Maddie are really, really passionate about. Yeah. It's a big part of like our business mentorships. Like at the very beginning, we're like, you know, this is all about the people. It's not about you. It's about it's about what God can do through you. It's about service. It's about love. It's not about what you can get out of it. It's all about what you can give. And so, we're really thankful that Jesus has refined our businesses in a way that is honoring to him.
For sure. Yeah. Everything Caitlin said, she's killing it. For sure. She's popping off. Yes. Everything she said, spot on. So I encourage you that if you don't know what your why is, sit down, take some time, find what your why is. And you don't have to be a business owner to know what your why is. I think it's really important. If you're a mom out there, know what your why is. If you're just a friend of someone, like know what your why is in that friendship. And Lord's gonna honor it for sure. And so we talked about a lot, but I hope you know what our why is, our hearts behind why we do what we do, and that we just truly love people, and we encourage you to just love people like Jesus loves. So anyways, it was so fun to have you guys here, and we hope that you took something away today. So thankful that we got to invite you into this conversation, and you're so loved, and we'll be back next Wednesday. In the meantime, have a great rest of your week.
Yes, friend.
Bye. We had so much fun getting to hang out with you today, and we hope that you're feeling encouraged, loved, and full of purpose.
If you've enjoyed today's podcast episode, we would absolutely love it if you would write us a review so that we can hear how we encouraged you. And if you haven't subscribed, go do that right now. Also, you can join the sisterhood by finding us on Instagram at The Refined Sisterhood.
Okay, friend, we hope you have the best week, and we will see you in the next episode.